The movie begins with the tale of two brothers who were born with extraordinary powers. As children, they used their strength to help their community, but one tragic day, things went terribly wrong. Their uncontrolled powers caused an accident that hurt several people. The locals, frightened and furious, turned against them. In the dead of night, the angry townspeople set their home ablaze, killing their parents and leaving the boys with nothing but loss and guilt. Both brothers survived, but the tragedy pushed them down very different paths. One, named Samaritan, vowed to protect and save humanity. The other, called Nemesis, grew to despise it, believing mankind had murdered their family. Years later, their rivalry became legendary. They clashed countless times like light and shadow locked in an endless war. Nemesis, consumed by rage, forged a mighty hammer infused with his hatred and strength, just to destroy Samaritan once and for all. During their final confrontation, the brothers fought with fury until an explosion ripped through the building, killing both, or so people believed. Because they always wore masks, no one could ever confirm their identities. The city assumed Samaritan was gone forever, but rumors persisted that he might still be alive somewhere. Decades later, we meet a young boy named Sam, living with his mother in a rough neighborhood where crime and poverty are everywhere. His mom works tirelessly to make ends meet, while Sam spends his days sketching and daydreaming about heroes. He's obsessed with the legend of Samaritan and believes the hero still lives among ordinary people. One rainy morning, Sam takes out the trash and notices a symbol of Nemesis painted on a dumpster. Out of admiration for his hero, he changes it to resemble Samaritan's sign. While standing there in the rain, he spots an older man named Joe, his quiet neighbor who works as a garbage collector, always digging through the city's junk looking for broken things to fix. Joe is mysterious but kind in his own way, and Sam starts to take interest in him. The next day, Joe goes about his routine as a sanitation worker, while Sam struggles at school and faces eviction with his mom because they can't afford rent. When they return home and find their door locked, Sam sketches outside until Joe passes by, carrying an old radio he found in the trash. Sam asks why he keeps junk like that, and Joe simply replies, "What's the point of a broken watch?" A cryptic hint that broken things can still have value. Desperate to earn money, Sam gets pulled into petty crime by a group of street kids led by Jace. They steal copper wire from a construction site and sell it to a man who works for a local gang leader named Cyrus. One of Cyrus's men, Reza, sees potential in Sam and invites him on a small robbery at a convenience store. Nervous but tempted, Sam goes along. He's told to fake an injury with hot sauce on his forehead as a distraction while the others steal. The plan backfires, and the store owner catches them. Later, back at Cyrus's base, tempers flare, and Reza blames Sam for the failure. Cyrus steps in, impressed by Sam's courage for standing up to older criminals. He pays Sam half of what he promised and tells him there will be more jobs ahead. Sam notices a Nemesis tattoo on Cyrus's chest. The gang leader worships Nemesis, claiming he fought for justice for the poor while Samaritan only protected the rich. To Cyrus, Nemesis wasn't a villain, he was a symbol of rebellion. Sam doesn't agree, but he says nothing. With the money, he pays his mother's rent, pretending it came from honest work. Though relieved, his mother worries about the path he's taking. She reminds him that doing good matters more than quick money, especially since his late father always wanted him to walk the right path. Meanwhile, Cyrus's gang receives a shipment of explosives stolen from the army. He plans something big but keeps the details to himself. A few days later, Reza and his thugs spot Sam on the street and decide to teach him a lesson. They chase him until he nearly runs into a bus. Joe, who happens to be on that bus, steps off when he sees the boy in trouble. Without hesitation, Joe intervenes, throwing two men through windows and into trash bins with superhuman strength. When Reza attacks him with a knife, Joe grabs the blade with his bare hand and it bends. Sam is stunned. Could Joe be the legendary Samaritan? That night, Sam spies on Joe from his window, using binoculars. He sees scars covering the old man's back and adds Joe's name to his Samaritan conspiracy wall, convinced he's found the hero. He even breaks into Joe's apartment, finding a freezer full of ice and a scrapbook of newspaper clippings about Samaritan. Joe eventually realizes someone's been inside and storms to Sam's house to confront him. Sam's mother scolds her son for crossing boundaries, forcing him to apologize and return the scrapbook. The following day, Joe tries to convince Sam he's just an ordinary man who likes stories about heroes. But fate doesn't let him stay in hiding for long. Reza, still nursing his broken pride, runs Joe over with a car. His bones crack, and everyone assumes he's dead until moments later, his body starts healing. His bones snap back into place, and steam rises from his skin. Sam helps him home, where Joe cools himself with ice and water. He finally explains that his body overheats when he's injured and that he needs the cold to survive. Sam can hardly believe what he's hearing. Joe insists he's no hero, just someone trying to stay alive. Meanwhile, Cyrus begins unleashing chaos. He tests one of his blackout bombs in the middle of the city, causing an explosion that cuts the power across several blocks. Wearing a Nemesis mask and holding the old hammer, he rallies the angry crowd, claiming it's time to take back what's theirs. The city descends into anarchy as people loot stores and destroy property in the name of Nemesis. As things spiral out of control, Sam and Joe's bond grows. Sam asks Joe to teach him how to fight, and they train on the rooftop. But when Sam calls Nemesis evil, Joe snaps at him, hinting that he doesn't fully agree. Upset, Sam walks away and ends up getting picked up by Cyrus, who pretends to be friendly. During the ride, Sam witnesses Cyrus shoot a police officer in cold blood, horrifying the boy. He runs away, only to be caught by Reza, who brutally breaks his wrist. Joe finds Sam injured and rushes him to the hospital. Realizing Cyrus's men are still after him, Joe takes matters into his own hands. When the gang tracks him down, a massive fight breaks out. Joe takes bullets without flinching, hurling men into walls like rag dolls. Even a knife in the back doesn't stop him. A young girl filming the fight captures Joe's superhuman display, and the video goes viral. News headlines declare that Samaritan has returned. Cyrus, furious but intrigued, vows to find and kill this so-called Samaritan. He and his gang invade Joe's apartment, tearing it apart, only to discover he's gone. They notice Sam watching from across the street, leading Cyrus to kidnap him instead. When Joe returns home and learns Sam's been taken, something inside him snaps. He loads oil barrels into a truck and drives straight to Cyrus's hideout, a massive power plant. Cyrus plans to blow it up, plunging the entire city into darkness and chaos. Joe crashes through the gates and smashes into the building, mowing down guards. Gunfire erupts as he storms through the gang's ranks, breaking bones and tearing through walls. Cyrus appears wielding Nemesis's hammer, taunting Joe. He strikes him repeatedly, saying that good men always fall in the end. Blooded and struggling to stay conscious, Joe finally blocks the hammer's swing. And then, with a chilling calm, he says he's not the good guy, he's the bad one. The truth hits Sam and Cyrus like lightning. The man standing before them isn't Samaritan. It's Nemesis, the brother everyone thought had died. With that revelation, the building erupts into chaos. Joe, embracing his true identity, fights with ruthless precision, crushing Cyrus's men one after another. Flames roar through the power plant as oil barrels explode, sending shockwaves through the city. Sam, handcuffed to a pipe, struggles to free himself while watching Nemesis battle his brother's followers. Cyrus, wearing the Nemesis mask, orders his men to destroy everything. When Joe finally reaches him, the two face off in a brutal final showdown amid the burning debris. Cyrus fights with the hammer, powered by hatred and adrenaline. Joe's body overheats dangerously, steam pouring from his skin as his heart races beyond control. Just when it seems Cyrus will win, Sam breaks free and hits him from behind, giving Joe the upper hand. Joe wraps the hammer's chain around Cyrus and hurls him off the burning platform, just as he once did to his brother decades earlier. The explosion consumes the building, but Joe and Sam manage to escape the inferno together. Outside, the city slowly comes back to life. Sam, exhausted and shaken, tells Joe he can still change, that he doesn't have to be the bad guy anymore. Joe looks at him quietly and says everyone has both good and evil inside them. It's the choices that define who we are. Then he vanishes into the night. When morning comes, Sam reunites with his mother. Reporters swarm around him, calling him a hero for surviving the chaos. He smiles faintly, remembering Joe's words. As he looks into the crowd, he spots Joe watching from a distance, giving him a small nod before disappearing again. Sam realizes that the legend of Samaritan and Nemesis will live on not just as a story of heroes and villains, but as a reminder that redemption can hide in the most unexpected places. And that's how this incredible movie comes to an end. We'll meet again with another amazing story explained in detail. Until then, take care of yourself, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below.